Joining us is Martha Zoller, Republican candidate for Congress in Georgia's newly created District Number 9. Martha, welcome to the John Frederick Show, the conservative voice of Virginia. We appreciate your time today.
It is great to be back with you, John.
Well, you know, Martha, you've single-handedly taken on the entire Republican establishment in Georgia with your congressional race in the newly created Congressional District 9. Some say your race will epitomize the strength of the Tea Party in nominating authentic conservatives in the Georgia GOP. Is that an accurate assessment?
No, I think it is. I mean, this race is exactly what my opponent and I decided it to be. Doug Collins, a state representative, has couched himself as the insider. He, in fact, calls himself the Gold Dome Insider. And he has had all the state legislators and the important people line up behind him. The governor is pictured with him on his mail pieces. Now, the governor has told me himself that he's not supporting Doug, that he just doesn't have a dog in this race, but his picture and a quote from him is being used in Doug's mail pieces. So, and I consider the governor to be a friend. I have known him for 20 years. I am the outsider. I'm the person who was a Tea Partier before they called it Tea Party, according to Jack Kingston. I am a very conservative person. I have got the organizations like Freedom Works and ShePAC and Citizens United and Susan B. Anthony List, and those kinds of folks are behind me, as well as grassroots people. I had, from the beginning, people in every county that were organizing people on my behalf, and so my campaign is taking off. The momentum is strong, and I think it's because even though this governor, John, is very successful and very popular, Congress is different than state government, and they want different things right now from Congress than they do in state government. State government balances its budget. The Congress does not.
I think that's an accurate assessment, without a doubt. Now, Martha, you've been an unbelievably successful and long-standing AM radio talk show host in your area. What impact has your time on the air having on your campaign for U.S. Congress?
Well, I think, first of all, I'm the best-known person in the race because I have been in these counties for more than 15 years, 3 hours a day, every day, as well as appearing at their meetings, their book clubs, being in their homes, just being a person that they know. So that's a plus, that even though I'm from Hall County, I've been in all of these counties. But also the fact that these folks know me, and so when my opponent is attacking me, which he's done on a weekly basis, basically since the end of February, people don't believe it. It has not stuck. And so, in fact, he had to kind of back up, retrench, and explain to people who he was a few weeks ago. And really, that's what he should have been doing at the beginning of the campaign. So I think what it brings to me is the ability to understand what people want. I've been listening to people for a long time. I put my Map for Prosperity together, which was a reflection of visiting with these folks over all of these many months and years. And so they know that I'm someone that they can talk to. I'm someone that they can come to. And that, I might change my mind over the course of time, but it's going to be because I've met with people, I understand what's going on, and I've listened and I've learned.
Your primary is the end of the month, I believe, July 31. As you go into the home stretch, do you feel like you've got the momentum?
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, every day we have people out there, and of course, Georgia's one of those states with early voting, and so I'm already encountering lots of people who have voted for me and put it out there. The momentum is in our court. You can tell by what everybody's doing that the momentum's in our court, so we're very excited about it. Now, I'm not taking anything for granted, though. I mean, all along the way, I've been outspent 3-1 in this race, but all along the way, we have not left any stone unturned, and that's what we're going to do through this home stretch.
Martha, if we could switch to policy for a minute, what would you say are the one or two top key policy issues that really separate your candidacy from the establishment candidate?
Well, first of all, I'm for term limits. I believe that there ought to be term limits not only for elected officials, but for the bureaucrats that are in these departments. There needs to be term limits. Also, I believe that if Congress doesn't pass a budget, they ought to get a pay cut. And we have a precedent for that. John, everybody says, that'll never happen. Well, from about the late 1930s until the late 1940s, Congress their pay went from $10,000 a year to $8,000 a year because we were in tough economic times.
Right.
I think we ought to have a similar, I'm saying a 15% cut across the board if we're not balancing the budget. So that's a couple of things that separate me. But also, my opponent has voted for tax increases repeatedly in the Georgia legislature. Thankfully, the Senate jumped in and didn't let him pass. But his initial vote, if he had had his way, he would have raised taxes on the people of Georgia repeatedly, and I'm not going to vote for tax increases. I believe we have a spending problem, not a revenue problem.
Now, unlike Virginia, Georgia has a 50% plus one rule. So how do you see that playing out in your race?
Well, we have three people in this race. The third person is more of a Ron Paul type constitutionalist. So I don't know exactly how much he's going to pull. He really hasn't had any money, and he got in really late. So I don't know exactly how that's going to play out. We have had two very big precedents over the last 10 years of people with multiple people in the races winning without a runoff. Sonny Perdue won in 2002 with 6 people in the race without a runoff. Johnny Isakson won in 2004 with 3 people in the race without a runoff. So I see a path because of my name recognition and my hard work to win without a runoff, and certainly that's what we're pushing for. Now, I'm not going to, I'm going to prepare for the fact that we may have a runoff, but I believe there is a clear path to win this thing without a runoff.
Okay, we got about a half a minute, Martha. For conservatives in Virginia, if they want to get involved and help send you to Washington, what should they do?
Go to marthaforcongress.com. There's many ways for you to get involved right there. And, it's the home stretch, and every little bit will help. Money will help, time and talent, phone banking, and it would be great.
Okay, Martha Zoller running for Congress in CD9, Georgia, a true and authentic conservative. Martha, thank you for joining us today. Good luck.
Thank you so much, John.